have to forgive me. I was so excited to do this video when I was like writing down the title. I was like, yeah, it's gonna be powerful. It's gonna be great. That's going to be so weird, me talking like that with a gigantic bow, looking incredibly elegant, if I may say so myself. And I do say so myself. But yes, I was really amped up. And then I got a head cold. I've been getting a lot of these since I've been living in the south of France. So I wish my energy was just a little bit more, but here we are. And this is a topic that, man, I'm going to tell you a story, because this has been my own spiritual alpha journey, which I want to start telling you guys more about, you ladies more about, because we learn through stories. And so if I can show you how I was able to do it, then it will empower you to be able to do it yourself. And so I've gotten some help on this video. At the end of this video, I've had my audience on my email list, which if you're not on my email list, I'm going to put a link. You got to do my Become the Damn Hero course. It's powerful. Like one day I'll talk about where that course came from, but it's powerful. So if you sign up for that free course, and I'll put the link below, then it'll give you a check. Like, do you want to get these newsletters? Say yes, because what I am doing is I'm actually asking you guys, when I come up with the topic, it's like, what questions do you have? Because there's no point in me making these videos if your questions are not getting answered. So I've got my iPad right here. I've got the questions ready to go. We're going to do it at the very end. I'm sure some of you viewers, your questions are sitting right here on my iPad, and I cannot wait to answer those for you about showing up unapologetically. Also, I'm talking a lot about the Spiritual Alpha Academy that I'm doing. It's a year-long mentorship. And really quick, I just need to say why I'm doing it for a year. Because I've seen clients over the 16 years that I've been coaching people that they come and they sign up for a 3-month thing or a 6-week thing. Listen, transformation takes damn time. You got tons of trauma that you've been accumulating all your life. You've had tons of setbacks. You've had tons of heartbreak. You've had tons of rejection. That shit's not going to go away in 3 months. I'm sorry. And any coach tells you that it will, they're lying. I worked with my therapist for over a year, and that's when I saw real results with my nervous system. So I know it takes time. So it's going to be a group mentorship for 1 year. You'll get private sessions with me every month, and that I will put the link below. I would love for you to be a part of this Spiritual Alpha Academy. So I told you I was going to tell you a story. And so here it goes right here, how I started showing up unapologetically for myself. Why do you want to do this? Why does anyone ever want to show up unapologetically? Because you live your life free. When you live your life, and I've talked a lot about people pleasing and all this, when you constantly live your life afraid of stepping on everyone's toes, the problem with that is, babe, you will never ever live. And here is the one thing that I learned, and this is how I learned this lesson. And you guys, I learned this lesson so damn hard. It was so freaking hard how I learned this lesson. I won't tell the darkest part of this story. This I will talk about in my Spiritual Alpha Academy because it's too dark, and I'm not putting my business out there like that on YouTube but I will tell you the gist of this story and where this whole birthing process came out of and where I started becoming. It was in this monumental decision where I decided to become the spiritual alpha of my life. And it was this. I don't know if you guys know this about me, but I had gotten married at 18 years old. And that wasn't all entirely my decision. There was some influence of where it was like, this is the guy that God has for you. Like, you guys are ordained, you're anointed, you're going to go in ministry, which I kind of am in ministry, but it's different. And I use cuss words and I talk about sex. So probably not the kind of ministry my parents or anybody else thought I would be going into, but it's my ministry, if you want to call it that. But anyways, it was like, this is it. We met at a Bible college. He was really good looking, but we went out and I just knew I was like, not the guy for me. And I got some backlash for that. It was like, no. This is the guy that God has for you. And so me being a huge people pleaser, thinking like that was the way I was going to get loved, was by making God happy, by making my parents happy, by making people in the church happy, by making my community happy. Like if I just made all these people happy, then I would be loved. And it's what a lot of people pleasers do. It's what a lot of nice guys do. It's this ulterior way of projecting yourself as being really nice, but there's an underlying thing that I was hoping to get, that you're probably hoping to get, which is that you're going to be loved, that you're going to be wanted, that you're going to be celebrated, that you're going to be seen, that people are going to go, oh, you're so great. Why didn't we love you all along? We love you so much now. Oh my God, since you did what we want you to do, we love you so damn much now. So I went on this journey and I started convincing myself that this is what God wanted. And I remember saying this prayer to God, I don't love this guy. And I remember telling him, like, I don't love you in that way, which interestingly enough, those are the exact words I said when we divorced. I said, I don't love you in that way, but I will pray that God will help me love you. Like, how freaking warped and dark is that? And like, poor guy, what guy wants to hear this? But when you're in these kind of like controlling Christian communities, like it really warps your mind. You really start believing some really bizarre shit. And so we both kind of went on this journey of like, this is what God wants for us. And so we ended up obviously cultivating love. We became like this dynamic duo together. We did get married. I was 18. I turned 19 the next month. And so we became like youth ministers for my parents' church. So I say I've been doing this for 16 years, but that's not true. I've been helping people since when my parents started their church. So I've been helping people since I was 14 or 15. I was like in charge of the children's church. Can you imagine me as a children's church pastor? I was a children's church pastor. That's a whole story. And yeah, so I've been helping people since I was about 14 or 15. I'm 43 years old. So almost like 30 years I've been serving people. So anyways, we get married and we go on this journey and we make the best of it. There was deep love, there was abuse, there was chaos, there was a lot of things, there was like repeated trauma that I was facing in that marriage. And that's the thing about trauma from the childhood, which is why I'm so obsessed with taking my clients through that path of addressing that first, because it just continues to repeat. It's something that gets stuck in your body, and no matter what you do, you just keep repeating these cycles. So that's exactly what I did. I repeated the cycle. And finally, this is where I get to being unapologetically myself. You start seeing, so we left my hometown of Galveston and we moved to his hometown, which is like some country place in Texas. And I was like doing the same thing. I was still trying to make everybody happy. I was in churches. I was like trying to be the star and this and that. And like, there's always that undercurrent of like, these people are still not happy with me. Like I'm still like this is exhausting. And then my life changed. I got really depressed, went through a really dark place, felt a bit suicidal, and was really, really in a heavy place. And then I got this vision, as I do, as us mystics do. I got this vision, and I remember sitting in the bathtub telling my then husband, I see a picture of a skull, and it was like something else. And he was an in tune spiritual guy as well, and he said, Erica, I think it's that book that someone recommended to you. And the book's called Waking the Dead, which is what a lot of my emotional warrior program is all about. It's about, and the heartbeat of the book is the glory of God is for man to be fully alive. And he takes you through this journey of, but you can't be fully alive, here we go, unless you live through the heart. And so I read the book and I'm like bawling, crying. And he was like, so many people are showing up in life and in churches, and people are like, oh, you're walking in so much holiness, but these people are dead on the inside. And I was like, that is me. I am dead on the inside. But to everybody else, we were like the stars. We were like Ken and Barbie. He was good looking, he was tall, I was beautiful. We were both charismatic. But on the inside, I was dead because I wasn't living from my heart, you guys. I was trying to make everybody happy. Why I've gone so hard with my male audience about not being the nice guy, not being the people pleaser. Trust me, I speak from experience. This shit does not work when you try to make everybody happy. But I was just constantly apologizing for myself and constantly like wanting to be good for everybody to just love me and want me and say you're a good little girl and we accept you and you're a star and we adore you. Like I